We're back again. Chill Island Oasis of Truth and Reality. Got Peter Dentici here. I the mouse pad will scroll. Very bad excuse on my end here, but it'll swipe. It sort of swipes the very slightest movement, and then it'll go back. It literally said, "Are you sure you want to leave the page?" I clicked cancel, but then it still ended the stream for some reason, and it's.
I wonder if it thought you said can't wait.
Yes, I meant to say that's right. What did you mean to say? Can't wait. But hopefully, y'all get the memo because no one's here. Yeah. Oh well, we got one person. Oh, okay. That might just be that might just be you, Peter.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Hi, I live in a tree.
Who knows? Who goes there? This is
Hark the Herald Angel.
fee fi fo fum.
That's his stinky thumb in your bum.
Yeah. Just thinking with your noggin, with your noodle.
Yeah. Just, give it a little toodle, scoodle doodle.
That's all you get a doodle. That's all you gotta do. Okay.
Yeah, the diddly dee bop beep bop a doo scat.
That's what we need to start doing is more scatting. I think that'll get viewers.
Yeah, that's such a shit post.
Scat post? That sounds bad though. That sounds dirty.
No, I did a shit post of me scatting.
There you go. We're on the same page. We're on the same page here on the Chill Island.
Is it the same though? I don't know.
Well, just the association. The
Come here.
the unfortunate association.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean I guess we were just kind of analyzing the post game of the
Postpartum.
Bobby Brown scenario, the Bobby Brown saga. The Lone Ranger. Some call him. Some call him he's
Lieutenant Brown now.
yes, that's a good one. Lieutenant Brown. Lieutenant Brown. We had we've had a very long but in my opinion, ultimately fairly productive and positive conversation about personality, philosophy, ethics, morals. No, we didn't get too crazy. We didn't get too into it, but it was you couldn't. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough hours in the day. It's me. It's Lady Lou. Lady Lou, do you know that people actually say that as kind of like a slang, kind of like a meme thing? They'll be like, "It me," like trying to be cute. So it works.
I did it.
Right, it me. I don't know, it's just
Me or I did it or it's mine. What does it mean?
it's me in the picture kind of thing, usually.
Mm.
It me Urban Dictionary sees an image of some well, this is an example. It's sees an image of someone who is clearly tired and says it me because they themselves are tired. Indeed.
Well, that's weird. How that would get seems like a stretch.
It's like a
Oh.
It's kind of like a girly type thing, Oh, it me. It me. I don't know. I can't find.
Yeah, just the etymology of the origins of how it came about to be that. Like when something's cool, they call it clutch. The generation after mine. That's weird.
Clutch. What happened?
just something was rad or cool. It was clutch.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was like something else. I thought you said something else, but yeah, like the um, like almost thought it got fucked up for a second or something. But no, yeah, I know clutch. That's different. That's kind of niche. It's kind of niche.
Yeah, I never understood how it got that. That was the next one in there.
It did
But
happen. It
you
had a
say
moment.
something long enough.
Yeah, there was a moment. If you just force it, if you just force something in the lexicon, it's you'd be surprised.
What was it? Horrible bosses, I think. They
Yeah.
did that. He coined the thing of I'm gonna bend you over a barrel and show you the 50 states. It means nothing. And they
That's
even said that in the bloopers, and he's like, "Where'd you get that?" He goes, "From a movie." He goes, "What movie?" "It's not a movie." And he goes, "It is now." And he looks at the camera.
oh yeah, that's at the end. Yeah, so good.
And that's one way to do it.
Yeah, that's not a bad movie. It's a decent like the kind of dark comedy.
And even
You what?
even the sequel isn't that bad.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't see the sequel, but it might be worth a watch.
Yeah. Oh, you brought it back. Great. Okay.
Hello, cat friend.
To go for blood over or Hershey's Kiss wrapper.
Shiny,
Oh yeah.
shiny foil. Type vibes. Type beat.
And it's enough to be something to chase, but small enough to be something you just can't get a hold of with claws.
Yeah. Boba Fett got lost in the data stream, as Eric would say, or whatever the data.
Too much noise.
Yes, thank you. Too much noise in the data stream. Indubitably.
Won that fight. Do you hear him like away when I throw it?
I can't hear something. I heard some scampering, I think.
Oh yeah, that's like them waiting for the firing starting gun, and I toss it, and they just bolt.
That's cute. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles. I've been thinking of that song. Eric's got some good stuff there.
Yeah, some of his stuff's catchy.
Yeah, I know, right? I think he does have a knack for some of those catchy hooks and melodies. Either that or I've just heard them so many times. No, but they are catchy.
Yeah, I mean that's a thing too.
Yeah, but I will say the Cloudy Day one he's a good songwriter. Like, I mean, I was like hearing that and I was like, man, that and there's another one. One of my favorites of his is that one where he's like, what's the matter with Chad?
Yeah,
It kind of reminds me of this group from like the 90s, like well, they're still around, but like the Magnetic Fields, and they kind of had this kind of like whimsical, like I don't know, kind of
that
talking.
was with Haley, wasn't it?
Haley.
Niece.
Oh, really? Did she do vocals on that one? Yeah, probably.
She like there's I think I don't know, Stacy or some of them, do their video. They're standing out just in the field
Oh,
or
yeah.
desert, what you want to call it.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. That may be it. There was also I remember there was also there's a lot of good stuff
She was
actually.
in a few.
Yeah. Rasta. Rastaman.
Eric's Enneagram Type 7 song that he did like 5, 6 years ago is pretty funny.
Could be.
He just found out about the thing, read about it, and then just made a song. Like stuff, just the related bit he read about it. And it's pretty fun. He started talking about key stereotypes of it, and certainly hits the mark.
So he has a 7 song.
Yeah. Let me type it in and see if it'll pop up.
Nice.
There you go. He's got a video on it. He's got to talk about it, closing the gap, and then he's got a song, 7s and 5s, ENTP, INTP.
You got a
That's
few.
funny.
Yeah,
He scored 7 and 5. As his top 2.
7 and 5. That kind of makes sense.
And then Rachel tied with 7 and 5 for first.
Oh wow,
Next
really?
MVPs in a pod.
That's interesting. I guess I could see that too. She is just more oh yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, that's cool.
The only thing that switched up with her is she thought she was a 1, and she got that last.
Oh geez, yeah. Little bit.
But I remember one stream she was commenting on saying she scored like almost 0 conscientiousness or really low in that trait, and saying like, what the heck? But time is associated with or correlated with conscientiousness. So for her to score last in that, and for her to score low in that, not to say it's 0, but say that it was something. There's some pattern there of some sort.
So there's some pattern there of some sort.
Yeah, something. How significant it is, I can't say, but it's there.
That's interesting.
That's video.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
The garage.
open that.
You can play it and not get a copyright strike, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true. I know I've been getting hammered on the fucking copyright for playing music. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it does. Well, it is a.
Doesn't it prevent you from being able to put the streams up to watch again?
I was just gonna say some of them actually it actually does wind up being a problem because they might get so tagged that then they get just blocked. That's only happened like twice though, which is I mean, but it is twice out of whatever 20 streams. So I mean, it's not great.
10%.
10% too much. Yeah, well, yeah, look at how many streams. Well, yeah, but then some of them are multiple days. It is what it is.
Yeah, we kind of deleted those just now.
Deleted what?
We diluted that number, pool just now with about 4.
Oh yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. 19 hours and 48 minutes. I fucking wish we got to 20 though. just on the stream itself, but it's fine. And then there's 20 minutes here, 26 minutes here, and then however long.
Usually it's only 5 minutes, you know.
What was that?
So usually it's only 5 minutes. You know, it's some kind of refreshing things and less.
Fuck me, it was cutting out. It's kind of
Overfed.
just
Sleepy jam.
Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna put on the iron shirt and kick Satan out of earth. That's my shit.
I actually have some music that I could, you know, play on the audio ship and then have it, you know, not do copyright strikes because, you know, recorded by my dad's. Not me, but him or his friends.
Fuck
One
yeah.
of the songs sounds like it reminds me of Led Zeppelin No Quarter.
Oh sweet, yeah. Send fork 'em over.
Folcom Rover. All right.
Folk them, Rover.
Rover. You might echo.
There was a little bit of that.
During the just audio folder, it's not playing the song. My microphone it'll play, you know, quality.
Well, we're gonna give it a shot.
Well, we're gonna. Song Winter. Let's hope this ain't too loud. Start muted. Meow.
Oh no! Oh no!
Thank you.
Wow, that delay. I'd love to hear it.
Now go get it.
Wow, that delay. I'd love to hear it.
Thank you. All right, Chief. Is that loud?
No, it's good.
No, it's good. Guarantee you haven't heard this anywhere else before. In the winter, the story's told. A young man, dead of all.
It's a little bit.
Very cold, was laid again. And rain is slow. It's called Song of the Winter, Bubba Fett. You only hear it from '80s rock, you know, all the guys boomers.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're
unfortunately,
very choppy bits,
very-
but
all you know is about, you know,
what's that?
you know, it's a rough draft.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but I meant like on the stream, you know, or like hearing it like it was choppy. But that's funny. That's not what I meant. I was thinking that it could be perceived that way, but I was like, no. Did you hear me say that before too? And then after, because I was like, oh, because because it wasn't a criticism of the song. It sounded good. I just feel bad because it was. I mean, Lady Luce's. It was cutting in and out. But I'm fucking sitting here. I'm on the stairs here. You know, I'm like, trying to keep this stream. You know, the connection should be fine. It's like it did sound good though. I would maybe. Do you have a Do they have like a YouTube link I could send just to like do it justice in the chat if anyone wants to?
I mean, I could load it to my Google Drive. It's just on my desktop.
Oh yeah, well, you know, just want to do the.
If I throw it on YouTube, you know, like I don't know. You know, I think they like went to make the album and actually never finished.
Oh, that's interesting.
Kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's too bad. It did sound very good.
Did you get that, you know, vibe of the no quarter kind of like thing I was talking about?
I was definitely thinking of Zeppelin. Yeah, I'm not like huge, and I don't listen to that much like Zeppelin, but I do. I could hear it immediately.
The singer was a band, I guess, called Air in the '80s. And they just made 2 albums, and then that's it.
Funny, I think I might be familiar with them through finding another group called Air, but I'm not sure.
I don't know who Kirk Hammett is. Here.
Yeah, I don't really listen to much Metallica. We were just talking about that though, Boba Fett, and then the same thing happened.
Gear? Who has gear though? Boba Fett. Pause, not claws, girl.
Dum, dum. Oh, Almost Famous is really good. Yeah, I love that movie.
I almost saw it.
It's sort of nostalgic for me at least because it's one of those movies like as a teenager it's like one of those more coming of age type movies that everyone kind of liked, and I liked it too. It's like the kid becomes he's a kid, but he's a journalist for Rolling Stone, and like gets there's a band that he's covering, and there's a girl, Kate, played by Kate Moss, who they meet, and I mean who he meets, and it's like it's pretty good. I mean, it's based on a true story. It's based on Cameron Crowe's. He apparently did the same thing when he was younger. Basically, he's pretending over the phone or whatever that he's older, but he's actually like 15 or something. But apparently it happened. But it makes for a pretty good movie because they're kind of the group is kind of what would you say? Maybe a little bit of a Zeppelin parody. They're kind of like an amalgamation of sort of 60s 70s type rock. But it's very clear that it's like in that lineage. Yes, I'm going up Billy Crudup. I don't know how you pronounce that guy's name. What kind of name is that? Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I was right on the money. The kid's 15 in it in 1973.
That was a good idea. Disco.
That's true. It was a sort of transition period of sorts.
It was the come down from all the acid, and now everything looks like disco lights.
Indeed, yeah. I always think of the 70s as being the come down period of the 60s. That's like always how I put it.
These guys are on their blackout days. They're on their tweak wind.
What was that last part? What did you say?
They're on the wind. Spazzing out. They're running so fast they're going horizontal on the walls.
Are you cats?
Yeah, they'll chase each other around. Kind of like the motorcycles in the circle and they ride sideways, keep the centripetal force going.
Centrifugal force, yeah. Tornado. Kitty tornado.
Who's got tornadoes? Oh, yeah.
A kitty tornado,
You know, if you can get cars to match the downforce of a cat, you get some good grip.
If you can what?
Get cars to match the downforce of a cat, you can get some good grip.
Oh yeah. Just making sure I'm like.
That thing's like 25 horsepower or something. It's nothing.
The hippie van. I see. Yeah, that's cool. The song
Where's
of
Boba Fett?
winter.
Where do you live at, Boba Fett?
Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Yeah, Lady Lou, I probably don't need to really be wearing the sunglasses. It's more of an aesthetic thing.
Ah. You might know any kind of cool. What?
Kind of just got downstairs. I mean, yeah, it's. I'm probably gonna like not.
Some good Bollywood metal. Not what? No.
Me. It's my face with color stuff on the TV. Thank you, Lady Lou. Though it's just, she says they look good, though. So not judging, just curio. Curio.
Yeah, and you got your blue steel, thumbnails for your streams.
That's right. It is like blue steel. It's my thinking pose. It's my truth and reality pose. It's me when I'm contemplating truth and reality. That feeling when the truth and reality just hits you really quickly and you're just like, whoa, I'm thinking. So smart. Wicked smart over here.
If you get rid of the IS and island, just make it small, capitalize the L, you can say TRL.
Oh, I could only wish to be like a Carson Daly, like Carson Daly figure. No, make it TRL.
T from music.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's sort of the goal. I gotta get this damn thing. I gotta get a real setup going on here. I sort of just started doing this on a whim, but it's kind of a thing now, so it's good.
Well, your whim is hot done well.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I was just like, I got a new laptop, and I was like, I wonder, like, I should just see what happens if I go. What if I go live? It didn't work for a while, but then luckily the TWFP, good old TWFP salute, kind of helped provide a nice small pool of. I personally, I preferred that way. More it's exclusive. It's kind of like a VIP situation. See what happens. We'll see if anyone ever, if any outsiders show up. It hasn't happened yet. I mean, not with you guys here. Fly guy, what up?
What do you mean, you guys?
You guys. What do you mean? You guys, the TWFP clan. the crew, the gang, the squad.
This is the blue green room.
What'd you call it? The blue room?
The blue green room.
The blue green room? I'm down. I'm down
Yeah.
with that. I like that. I like the mixture. Lady Lou asks, was it hard to get it started and to talk without a bunch of people to interact with at CJ? Yeah, definitely. Actually, I didn't. It wasn't as difficult as you might think, but it was annoying. But it was irritating. I mean, like I would just talk to myself for a little while and get some good ranting going, and then I'd just be like, okay, well, it'd be like a half hour, and then just like, well, okay, this is this is a waste of time. There was like one or two times where I think in total maybe I had like 3 or 4 people uh that would come in and out, and one person was just like a troll. Someone else was, just kind of like incoherent. Another one was chill, actually. There was one guy that was pretty chill, and he was just we were just talking about like music or something. He was just he was smoking weed and stuff. Like I think I titled the stream like something like seriously dumb, just like me. I was just like me smoking weed sitting and or whatever, just being funny kind of, but just seeing who would show up, and then it's like yeah, but yeah, there were a few like rude comments here and there and stuff, but like nothing crazy.
That's just fancy talk.
It's fancy talk for jerks. Bunch of jerks. No, but then I think there was at least one other person maybe. But then yeah, I went in TWFP one day and I said like I think I'm gonna start streaming. And then another time, um Fly Guy, that completely sidetracks me. Well, yeah, anyway, the TWFP thing, right? Like it was basically Winston's
Your
mom.
stereotypical amigo.
Stereotypical what?
Sorry. Amigo, like
Yeah, exactly. There were also a few times where I went on Omegle and just sent the link like in Omegle, but no one didn't work. No one came through. I assume it has to do with people don't really want to follow a link that's just spam, like that they could just be spam or whatever. I mean, it's just not in a really ineffective way. I mean, I could have made a whole thing out of it, I guess. I could have made a whole production out of it, but I also didn't want to get too crazy with it. I mean, you never know who's gonna show up. There's no like quality. There's no quality control there. But yeah, I sent the link. I would send the link out sometimes. I'd just be like, I'd just say Chill Island Oasis of Truth and Reality. Just be like, no one. But yeah, it was mostly Winston's mom and you could say Bobby Brown as well. For
why would you say did TWFP chew anyone out?
yeah, are you talking to me? Winston's mom gives everyone the hookup. Yeah.
She's got that street cred.
What's in the name? She's our mom friend. Here's the bottom of the drama. TWFP. What was the TWFP chew out?
Where's the baby mother drama? What you talking about?
Yes, Lady Lou. Winston's mom's the best. Blue heart. Very beautiful. Yeah, I'm curious what you mean, Fly Guy. There was a lot of. I guess you weren't here when Bobby Brown was present, but
Yeah,
we got
crazy
him.
legs.
Sorry, what was that, Peter?
Oh, I said yeah, crazy legs.
Yeah, old Crazy Legs McGee. and we were all like, we were like, we were waiting with you should have been here, Fly Guy. It was beautiful. It was a slow reveal. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I've talked a lot with him, and I was pulling for him. I was hoping that he was gonna do it, and he almost had. I was almost not sure, and then he pulled through, and it was great. It was beautiful.
Hey, my boss, just because I do callbacks and jobs that he got ran off on, whatever, and finish them, he'd call me the closer. It's like Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it all started with Peter hopping on the mic because so we started we're trying out a new format. It's talk radio now. This is now an FM. This is now Chill Island Oasis of Truth and Reality FM.
I think you're growing a mustache. You're starting to look like Dr. Phil.
Me, get out of here. I know, that's so funny.
What kind of show are you running here?
That's so weird because I thought
no, we don't know. I mean, we know, but we didn't figure that one out. We already know it.
That's so funny.
All whiskey is bourbon, but not all bourbon is whiskey. I said it backwards. All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey bourbon.
Dude, I was thinking about being Dr. Phil earlier when when everything was going down. I was like, I feel like
you just like Tanner's gonna come back with a wig and shit.
Hello, I'm back.
Boba Fett.
I'm back here with Jonathan Basanti. His name is just so funny. So.
I'm a cat.
Oh, and Jonathan came through too. He was coming in hot, but most of it was just me, Peter, and Bobby Brown doing our thing, popping off.
He was my he initiated, the boring of the whole, he primed.
Yeah, he got him warm. He warmed everyone up. He was the warm-up act. He came in and shook him up and did a little dance, and then then it's Peter came in, and it was time for the. What'd you say, Peter? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was pretty legendary, you might say.
It'll go in polar history.
That's right.
Maybe I am an INFJ after all.
The conciliator, the healer.
The fed upist.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like, where do you even begin? But yeah, I know, it's like, I was going to ask if we finally figured out if rape is fornication. Yeah, amazing.
I think E and F comes from how that works, so I got it F backwards. You just don't go.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Oh, you said F not found, and I go, yeah, it's because it goes E then F in alphabetical order.
Oh fuck.
I'll have
F-E not found.
Fuck. Oh yeah. Like what? That'd be funny if that was just what you would say. Like, why are you being such a dick? What?
Crystal Lizard. Amazing.
All right. Show me Indiana Jones and I'll believe you.
He's got you there. Wow.
Yeah. I want to see authentic whips here.
Oh, wow.
Are you getting it? Doesn't happen here about that.
The man himself, Eric, also showed up here too, by the way, and he subscribed to me, and I'm honored. Eric from Talking with Famous People. The host Eric.
No, I mean, you've been around his neighborhood, longer than I have, and I've been around for a few years.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. Like I witnessed history.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gained 4 subscribers last night, it seems.
Yeah, apparently I got because it's and I saw James Carolus is how you pronounce it. He subscribed, and I get and TWFP. It's my whole gang, a very supportive bunch, and I appreciate all you guys very much.
Good on the internet.
It's with great power comes great responsibility. You know what I mean? It's real. Wow. Just to hear the sweet sounds of Bobby Brown's voice was enough to
I use my fingers.
it was enough to serenade me to sleep for a few few years. He was he was like pretty chill too. Yeah, man, it's all here.
I don't know where he's from, but he got an accent of some sort.
Yeah, he does have a sort of accent. I couldn't tell what I couldn't tell you what. I couldn't place it. Dialect. I mean, it was a little like
There's romance language.
yeah, it sounded Latino-esque.
Or Spain or Italy, something like that.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's pretty on point actually. He is from here, from America though. Um,
Born and raised or immigrated?
well, that I'm not sure of, but I mean, I'm thinking, I mean, that's what he says. He says he lives in the. He just says in the East, but he's talking about here in America. He's been vague about it. I mean, I don't even know. We don't know his name. We don't know how old he is. There's still questions, but we did speak with him. Yeah, it's amazing.
But I mean, as far as I can tell, I mean, he's definitively a 6. Just based on what I've come to interact with and deal with people. I've never personally interacted in that kind of context of a core type 6, but in the tri-type, but not core. There's a running joke that Catherine Favre's, I guess, late husband or ex-husband or current husband, I don't know, but he would make type 6s where, because they have that community thing or that sense of sticking together and solidarity, that they had similar haircuts, similar physique and stuff, and they'd hang out together.
Wait, they would hang out together? Of course, it fucking cuts out right when you say the like ending part.
In small groups, you'd call 6-pack as a joke.
Oh, 6-packs. Yes, I've seen that. I saw that. Yeah, they travel
and they'll have similar haircuts.
Yeah, that's so strange. Yeah, they travel in flocks.
It's I guess like the same concept as a school of fish. And together in numbers, you're safe.
Yeah, I mean, like a major, pretty much the conversation, like the whole thing was precipitated by, well, first of all, Jonathan. Well, anyway, Peter hops on mic, right, and then it's all about the Enneagram 6 thing, and like, and it just turned into this, it's like this whole thing about like, well, is, you know, Peter, is he being objective? Is it coming from some emotional place? Is it like, I mean, you know, is he in league with Jonathan? Just sort of sussing him out, and I mean, it was like a sort of long, arduous process, but we got it done, and it was beautiful. And
So I
again,
had to never mind.
no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll just say I had to let him, poke me and then not react to show that, I'm not gonna snap back like a snake jumping out or, retaliate. It's safe.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like, yeah, I mean, there were obviously times in the chat, and I mean, he said so himself, like where, um, you know, he was throwing out some names and stuff like that. But it's like, it got very, it was a very different type of vibe once he was on mic. I mean, it slowly, I guess he did get like a bit more comfortable, and then the reality, the truth in reality was able to trickle out, but it was very, but it wasn't that difficult or anything, you know. I mean, I mean, I've talked with him a decent amount, obviously, and just in the chat and so forth, and it's like, you know, and Peter has seen it too, where it's like, I mean, he can be very reasonable, and on chat, I mean, on voice, I felt like that it did register. I mean, I told him it, because he was all like, "Oh, what? You didn't expect?" He thought it was like interesting that I didn't expect, I guess, his voice to sound like that. I don't think you did either, Peter, because he was pretty like
He was asking if we had any expectations, and we're like, oh, we had nothing to go off of.
Yeah, and the only thing I could say was just kind of like, well, I mean, you're a pretty fast typer, you know, and you sort of, I thought you might be like a faster talker kind of thing, but he was actually pretty like, just like chill and reserved, which was well, in a way, it was actually kind of refreshing. I mean, it was kind of refreshing or relieving or whatever. I mean, you know, it's not like he hopped on mic and was like, "How fucking dare you? You're, you know, you're attacking my ontology and whatever." But
Oh,
it
yeah,
did.
that's what I said at the beginning. It'd be funny if we both just ended up divulging into Alex Jones's.
Oh, that's what you meant? Yeah, exactly. It's just complete, just fucking wrestling. It's like a wrestling match.
They're frogs. No, they're toads. Like, oh, come on.
Right? Fly guy asks, well, so he says, haha, he was shy, lol. Um,
I'd say apprehensive.
yeah, he was apprehensive, but then like once it was kind of um like I said, once it was like settled in, it was actually really funny. Like obviously you know, remember Peter hours ago? No, yeah, but it was like he came on and you would have thought there were no problems whatsoever. And then we like, but then we kind of like got into, it was like, well, okay, it's like, oh, so let's, you know, what's Bobby Brown, like, you know, you have the floor, like what's going on? So then it kind of, so then he just, you know, he slowly opened up like a flower. No, I'm just kidding. But he, you know, he kind of was like, well, it's like, you know, I have a problem with I don't think, you know, he was just saying that he thought that Peter had a like a vested interest or something in typing him. Well, okay, because he said that he was like he displayed unhealthy Enneagram 6 characteristics, which is basically true. I mean, I would agree, and I would tell him that. And I mean, and but it's like I mean, he was just insistent on, you know, this is a negative framing of me and like all of that. But once it turned into more of a conversation, like the voice chat really changed. It was kind of revolutionary.
I feel like it was the South Park episode with the Broadway shows where like, what's up, bro? No disrespect, bro. I ain't trying to disrespect you, bro. No.
It was a lot
But it
like
was the
that, yeah.
extended version.
Why are you trying to go? Yeah, like why are you over my grill, bro? I'm not. I respect you, bro. I respect you too, bro.
You just called him the Satan, black guy.
I know, I saw that 666. I don't like that. Get that out of here. Delete. I'm just kidding, but it's still evil. Get that out of here. So 666. Well, yeah, but it was funny though and amazing because he was all like, "Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really know though about all this nonsense, you know? Just like I'm not some of that I relate to, like some of it I don't." Like, just not accepting the diagnosis.
Well, the Enneagram 6 specificity thing that I pointed out, they had to, make sure that made known that, I'm not fearful and, I'm okay with it or whatever it was.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting when you said that, and like because you can imagine a six handing in their form and being like, just so you know, the fear thing that doesn't apply to me. Okay, like that's not me. I
Yeah.
relate to this stuff, but it's not. I'm not afraid of that thing. Okay,
And
it's
then
like
you'd say that.
yeah, and he was, you know, I mean, we didn't get too deep. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a psychoanalysis thing, but it was it was like enough to say, because it kind of turned into more like, well, but I mean, it could all be bullshit, It's all like I think he's just distrustful, ironically, right? But kind of distrustful of the systems. And I mean, I don't fully blame him, but he did say that he types 6, so it was kind of funny because at the same time he would be saying like, yeah, that is me, but also like, it's just you're you're telling me these negative things and I don't like it, you know.
How about this, like short bit? The spiritual path. The 6's spiritual path is to reclaim their sense of faith and courage and see unity instead of differences. And 6's search for security. Remember that the only real security lies in having faith and investing themselves.
Yeah, some pretty excellent post-game analysis going on here. It's like playing if they don't trust the source, they will reject everything. I mean, well, there's something. I mean, it's the probably that counterphobic 6 thing, right? Like he's kind of running towards it instead of away from it. And which is it's interesting. Yeah, Lady Lou puts it pretty well here. I'm glad you found resolution. I found him confusing. Sometimes very nice, smart, engaging, but then unpredictable and a bit cruel at times. Glad to know there's a real person behind the screen. Flag, I said, to cure him, you must humanism law. It was pretty funny though. Like there was a lot of, I mean, he makes me laugh. Like like there was, what was there were just so many moments where he just said things that made me laugh, where it was no offense to you, Peter, but it was these skeptical type of things.
I won't speak any offense to anything. So
Yeah.
do whatever you have.
Yeah, thanks. I know it's like, again, the INTJ is gonna INTJ. You probably don't give a fuck, but it's like, um, it was humorous though to hear him kind of be like, I can't think of any examples, but it was just sort of like the skepticism was just like amazing. Like, and then because once he got comfortable, he started saying stuff that was like kind of like funny, He would kind of be like, yeah, like I don't know if I buy that. And like he was just kind of like, I don't know. I'd have to look back on the stream. But there was
Well, I just got to the point where I go, what do you want? What do you need? Like, what is it that you are seeking? Is there any unanswered questions? Because I know you like your things answered and not left unresolved. He's like, oh, you had to really think about it.
Yeah. What doth thou seek? Well, that's the thing, is that like that's what's so like interesting, and that I've like noticed and definitely picked up on, which is well, it's kind of it's tangentially related to what you're saying, but it's kind of like he's more mild mannered, like, than, you know what I mean? Like you can tell sometimes, you can tell in the chat and stuff too, but like he's not like like I said though, when like once he got comfortable, it was sort of like little things here and there. I don't know. Can you think of anything? It was just funny type of stuff, like kind of just like, oh, and like you don't have you don't have your. It sounds like you're criticizing me or coming for my ontology or whatever. And I don't know. That's not those aren't funny. Those aren't funny examples, but I'm like
Just oftology.
trust me, you guys. It was a barrel of laughs. It's like completely dramatic, not funny at all. No, but it was more like little like remarks and things once he got comfortable. And I was like, "There's Bobby Brown. There's the Bobby Brown I know and love." It was nothing
And
major.
amongst the,
Sorry, go ahead, Peter.
I was just gonna say amongst just trying to get through to him. The thing about it is that both parties win, and it helps them articulate their identity and shit. I can better speak the nuance of what it is in particular that I have issue with.
Yeah,
And he himself as well.
yeah. It's like, I mean, it took a little while. It took a while to like parse through, but it was I think, knock on wood, it was ultimately worthwhile. I mean, now Jonathan Basanti is another story. I mean, I'm not sure how things. I don't.
I don't think I'd say that was just a unopened bottle. It was a beer can that got shaken because it was dropped and put back in the fridge for later.
Yes, it was indeed, but the bulk of it was sort of like you could kind of boil it down to something like Peter being like, "Well, I'm just giving a detached calculus of your enneagram type," and him saying, "But no, though." It's unhealthy 6, or you're saying you're criticizing me, and like, so it was this like kind of like investigation of his intentions for like hours.
Then he goes, "Yes, you do." I go, "Not really," but it was as by emotions. And when I said it, he just took it as me saying there's absolutely zero black and white, like Data or Spock, and I'm saying that it's impossible to give emotions. I'm just saying there's no ill intent that's maleficent or malice, anything negative. Just talking.
Yes, like it was essentially a sort of like, listen, man, there's no sides or whatever. It's just kind of like, this is just what I are speaking for Peter, of course. There's like, this is what I take issue with, but it never turned into anything where it was like, I don't where like Peter wasn't. It's not like a disagreement with his viewpoints or anything per se. I mean, at least that's we didn't get into it too much, but we did start talking about religion a little bit, though. Mostly you guys, because well, and especially him. I mean, he does know his stuff pretty well about a lot of. I mean, it seems, but that was pretty interesting. I was kind of just sitting back, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, coming through." But even that stayed pretty civil.
Yeah. The thing I figured out is one of the main things he wanted was for me to acknowledge that there was emotion in whatever it was that I was saying. I go, I'm fine with saying that, if that's the nuanced, pedantic aspect of it.
Yeah, that is
I go,
basically,
sure.
yeah, like that was the heart of the matter, and it was like just really it was comprehensive. No, yeah, but it was like um but after a while of hashing it out, we were able to kind of talk about some other stuff too. So like that was cool. Cuz like he asked Peter personally, for example, just like, what do you think about astrology? And Peter's INTJ-esque response, is kind of like, I don't. What was it? You were kind of indifferent, or you. Well, you did explain though that there were things that you related to a lot.
I gave an example. I stated that consciousness is oh, a waveform, like magnetic field kind of thing, where once it's initiated, when you're born or wherever it starts, with quotes on that, it's wherever the stars are in the universe, they have an effect of push and pull on things, and so when you're born, whatever that flash instance is the amalgamation of everything about the universe that makes you you, and then that's the only thing I would say is connected with astrology, in a cognitive sense, stating that astrology can talk about who or how you are. But other than that, I can't really make any claims. And even that's not really a claim, it's just a thought. And you're like, boy, that was really long for a little.
Yeah, you mean how I said something where I was like,
No. But when I said last night, you're like, boy, that was anticlimactic.
yeah, like because I was like, well, that wasn't the like juicy answer or whatever. I don't know. I forget what I said. Well, I was like, well, that's boring, or you know what I mean. I was like, and of course I was like kidding, but it was sort of like the unexciting answer, the nuanced, the nuanced, truth and reality. He's like, I can't make any definitive claims about it, but there are these things that I relate to, so you know, it was sort of like that. But it was just kind of like, oh, I don't know. It's just funny to imagine that he would, I don't know, perhaps he expected you to be like, I'm a level 53 wizard. Fucking, I don't know. Well, I practice
I'm
gems.
pretty vanilla debater.
I pray to crystals every night and put them out and do a dance. I keep saying that. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting loopy. Talking about dancing a lot.
Yeah, you're looping again.
I'm looping. I'm dancing. I'm doing more dance. I'm doing too much dancing. But this guy over here,
This gay.
it's like all you gotta do is show up on the voice chat, and it's simple, and it's good. Boba Fett just says no. Presumably, it's a fly guy. The astrology thing, though. I mean, yes, it's like
I can sum it up in 3 pictures. I think. Just take a peek at this. The whereby thing.
everyone wants
There's
a
your crystals.
the fuck.
So there's that. There's this. You know, I was.
Everyone wants, but oh fuck. Clint meets meets
Van
Van
Gogh.
Gogh. Yeah,
And then this was, how I acted, I guess.
that's pretty good.
Give my about your story.
Do what?
I said, go grab me my pipe and I'll tell you your story.
Yeah. And
I got a
slippers.
meme that's like, I'm not very good with apologies, so unfuck you, I guess.
That's pretty good. It's that dry wet. That was funny too when Bobby Brown said that you would get along well with the Brits.
Yeah, he was acknowledging the dryness of my humor.
Yeah, it's great. He's like,
And I was like, well, my mixed drink of choice, is Tom Collins, and I drink gin.
yeah,
I don't like to
exactly.
drink much, but when I do, it's dry.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't put Fly Guy on a leash. He'd float away with him.
Nobody puts Fly Guy in the corner. Well, yeah, it's also been an outrageous. It's been an outrageous amount of time streaming, which is hilarious.
Uh,
I think
I
I
will say one thing that changed is I didn't think that he would be so receptive there. He was very divisive for getting on the vocal.
yeah,
Yes.
shit
This
changes.
will never work. Yeah, I don't know. It's all superstition. And you'd be like, give him a Snickers. Huh.
Yeah, shit change up real quick.
You know,
It was good.
understanding will do that.
Yeah, it was. That was interesting. When I mean, I wish he was here to like speak on it more, obviously, but like, what did he kind of said like, oh well, you know how it is when you go online and it's kind of like a persona, and then like both actually me and Peter, I mean Peter said it first, but it was just kind of like, oh, I don't know, not exactly like being fake, and I was just like, well, I mean like this is my name, and I was like, hey, not that there's anything wrong with it, I don't think I'm some hero because I'm putting my like self out there or whatever. It might even be stupid in a way, right? But still, it's like, But anyway, it was just interesting. It's like the persona thing because yeah, he gets on voice and it's like, oh right, well yeah, you're more
He had the
chill.
girl voice thing for a split second.
He had the what?
Girl voice thing for a split second. Like I know some like Twitchers or whatever, they'll have a 2D animation up and does their thing and not them physically, and then alter their voice with hardware.
It did have like a. He was like, hello. I think
Yeah,
that's it.
some squeal.
Like hello, and then he was
They
like,
like
yeah, and then it came back and was like, hey. He's like, hey guys. We were like, whoa. Oh fuck.
I wonder how the conversation would have gone if he kept that and started with that, and then who you disingenuous now when it goes away.
Hey hey guys, it's Bobby Brown. I'm here tuning in. Can you guys hear me?
I mean, not trying to in particular, the sound of somebody else, but oh, to say just that was pretty good.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Saying it wasn't supposed to be toward anything particular. I don't have anything in mind. What came to me was, hey, that's pretty good.
What the his voice thing?
No, voiceover. Oh, not saying that you were mimicking his voice. I don't think you were trying to imitate anything in particular.
Oh
But for
yeah,
some
no,
reason, I was like, hey, that's pretty good.
no, no. It just would have been funny if I was kind of riffing off. I thought you were saying kind of like, if he came in, if he just like maintained that voice or whatever, because he was like hello, at first,
Yeah.
but then he was normal. For a
The
split
guy that does
second,
the girl voice is a trip.
what'd you say?
Oh, there's like that dude, the girl voice. He like got Vine or Twitch or Instagram or TikTok thing or something for doing it. And I guess trolls to learn how to talk like a female so they can troll people and then be like, I'm a guy, you like dudes, and then leave.
Yeah, that's funny. Then and weird. I was actually thinking like, oh shit, is he gonna be like trolling somehow? Like just for a split second, but then he was just like, nah. Hey guys, can you hear me? I was like, whoa, oh fuck. It's a normal voice. I fucking knew it.
Andy Smith.
What was that? What was that, mate? What was that last part?
Andy Smith. It's Ryan.
That shit was robot. That shit
You
came out robotic, but it sounded cool as
can
fuck.
do the back voice. It still work.
There you go. You came through a little bit there. Oh, interesting insight. Online persona. All my flawed glory, but I can see the appeal of putting on a different persona, I guess, especially if one is not comfy with self. Not implying that's BB's case, just that it seems to happen a lot. Yeah, it was because it was like oh yeah, well, you go online, you kind of do have your persona, and it was like I knew what he meant, but it was just sort of like, well, no, not everyone really necessarily does that.
There was my too. The people online are better than in life.
Yeah, and you had said that too, which was like a funny kind of counterpoint to the other, because it seems like, because you might say you could actually be less reticent, or you're less shy or something about it, because
Yeah, you're more likely to put up a front in person.
right, exactly, yeah. It is like indicative though of that whole thing of you go online and it's easier to, yeah, and he was upfront about it, I mean, I commend him for it. I don't think he's anything, he's definitely not like a liar or disingenuous or anything, and he laughed and said, it's like, yeah, I know I say some things, there are some like throwing out names and stuff, but he kind of was saying, oh, it's in the heat of the moment and stuff like that. I mean, we'll have, it'll be interesting going forward.
It'd be interesting if he was a type 1 as well, but seems like he's more 8 than 1, but the 6-1 combo makes for a very creepless and pedantic person. But sixes are the best, shit test kind of thing for stuff. You can test the quality or wholeness of something by trying to run it by a 6.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're thorough.
He was willing to, admit or say things, or acknowledge stuff, but he wasn't going to do it on his own. Be the only guy to do it.
That's true.
Well, that's fine. I don't have any pride that I'm trying to save or hold on to or anything. I just want to live life.
Yeah, like I don't feel like, I mean, the thing that I guess never really like came to true fruition was like why, or not why, but like how it is that he winds up in conflict with like so many people. And I mean,
It falls in line with the same statement of, I wish ESTPs weren't fuck boys, but if they weren't, wouldn't ESTP?
yeah, like it's the not it's I don't know, I guess it's just in the nature of it, it's just his nature.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Technically who I am, not what you want me to be.
Yeah. Now, what else? I mean, not too much else to really be said about it. I mean, but yeah, it'll just be, it'll be interesting going forward, though. I mean, I think it's just this running theme here of going into the TWFP chat, and it's like, yeah, I've seen it, and I mean, he can feel piled on about certain things. I mean, I guess the thing that I am curious about is just like how how he would think that it doesn't come off as like combative. um I mean, it's not like he's
You need
like,
to figure out wording for it. What is chaos to the fly isn't for the spider.
I suppose I just uh, yeah, it's tricky. Because I mean, and I would say to him, and I would talk to him about it. I'd like to. It's just because that was just sort of the other thing where it's just kind of like, well, why the like it's not hard to see, like, what going in. I go on, and well, I told him that too. I don't know, it never really got addressed though. It's just kind of like, you go in, I go in, oh, there he is, there's Bobby Brown, he's having an argument with so and so about something or other, and then he comes on my stream, and then it's like, oh, and now it's talking to someone that's kind of seems like he's arguing with them too, and I mean,
I say consistent, whatever the role is or your natural disposition, people prefer it when people just own how they are.
you said people prefer it when what?
They just own who or how they are. Like if you're a dork or a geek, embrace it. Or whatever, just embrace it. Be who you are. People are more apt to just accept you or not ostracize you because you're not trying to be something not.
Yeah, for sure.
But like this thing is one thing, but to repeat it and get it again, then that's something worth celebrating. So I'd like to see a post-op interaction.
You talking about like a follow up, like just you'd like to see what would happen?
Yeah. Did the surgery take or was it rejected?
Well, yeah, we'll go through.
As a metaphor.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's. I mean, there were points where he did just kind of outright say like, um, basically something. What, I don't know, what kind of like, I reject your diagnosis as 6. Oh, that was one of the things where he was getting kind of funny. He was like, oh, I guess, like, you're the expert and stuff, right? And I was just like, oh, there it is. Douche. Thrown, nothing major, right? But it was there. It was kind of like the good old Bobby
I
Brown.
could have been cocky. You said it, not me.
What? Yeah.
But being like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was robotic. What was the last bit?
oh no, I was just making a comment. Like I wouldn't make that joke because that would, put me on blast.
Just that he was what did I even say? Just how
Oh, it was about him not accepting being a 6. And me making the statements that I always say that are pattern being that way. I'm not that.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, I don't think he was entirely rejecting it, but it was just kind of like,
Well, he was just, not wanting to accept that I can just call these things out, something that is him, because he doesn't fully prescribe to it being bad. There's, it's a fun thing to do, like a science kit. It's not something that's, um, going to be anything other than like a board game, like you seriousness.
Yeah,
But
that is.
he does acknowledge there's pattern, but not enough for him to call it anything meaningful.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's saying like, okay, there's some validity to it, but like, yeah, I still kind of reject your diagnosis. But but that was what I meant about the old Bobby Brown um attitude. It's kind of like, oh, I guess you're the expert. I guess you're handing out truths to everyone or whatever. And like, I mean, that was funny, but um at the same time it was just coming back to this persistent theme, right, of just kind of like you're emotionally charged, you're coming from you know coming
I
from a
phrase
bad
it.
place. Can you say that again?
That's how I phrase it. I learned that from arguments with my ex. I figured that was the most neutral way to say it. You got emotions and they're charged. When are they? I don't. You tell me.
Yeah.
But he was acting more and more like a six. Every second that went by, and to me, it was kind of comedic in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. It's just, I can also just see it's irritating in that sense of like, well, you don't want to pile on him or anything. It's just like, but yeah, it was like, haha, lol, six
Maybe you cut
comment.
the right wire.
Yeah, exactly. It's a, it's sort of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, oh well, you can say what you want about the six and stuff. I don't agree with all of it. But he did go as far as to say at one point, like, I like essentially like you haven't changed my mind, or like, or it hasn't been effective. But that was like before things had like really, I think, calmed down or like resolved more, and like then we started talking about other things. But that's why I am curious to know like what exactly will be the like takeaway. I mean, if anything, it was good to put a voice to the name. I mean, and it was good to kind of like get to the heart of a little of a bit of like some of this drama.
He's having breakfast, doing his own, like thinking about things of some sort.
Yeah,
Wonder what he'll come to.
he's having a breakfast meditation. Mm.
And Eric did a stream like a few hours ago that was like 3 hours long. I don't know if he came into the chat right after that, and that's when he showed up, or if he's yet to and will later make a video of some sort, making and addressing his grievances, whatever, because he stated that he was asking questions or saying answer these things and they were getting ignored from his perspective.
Yeah, Eric had some words, some amazing truth and reality.
What I've got from conversation with the seems like, yeah, I understand when you want me to acknowledge this, but I'm not going to until you do, kind of thing. Not to say he had that, but seems like there was something of that kind of nature.
With him and you back and forth.
Yeah, or just like with him and making acknowledgments or accepting of things, I'm not going to be the one person to do it here.
Yeah, I mean, it was tricky for a while because it was a lot of just like, again, it's like kind of just it's kind of just like basic trust stuff. Like, Peter comes on sounding about as neutral as and chill as possible, and it's like, I don't believe you. You're it's there's something there, like, and I'm gonna like find it. And to be fair, I asked you a few things, you know, I understand. It's just it was kind of funny though, because after a while it was just like, oh my god, it's like INTJ and whatever his type is, you know, kind of just like you're asking him to do this FE stuff or whatever that's like not like the whole thing about the joking, right? It was like, well, you should say you're joking about like the rape thing. And then remember later he said you clarified at one point and he was like, well, why didn't you, clarify this
Oh yeah,
earlier?
I did the thing he asked in the moment there. I was like, "Ah, look, I did it." You know, well,
He,
why? Because it was on my mind. Because we just talked about it.
yeah.
Why didn't you say it 4 months ago? Because we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, you caught yourself. It's like you're trying to be consistent, but then he actually kind of used it as like, well,
Well,
oh, wait,
I mean, I intentionally did it. You know,
and you were trying to be funny, right? Like a little bit, you said.
because we talked about it, made it to something be a joke. I would do that.
Yeah, because I thought of it weirdly enough after I said, because then I said like, oh, I'm just playing or something, but then I was like, oh my god, I'm doing it. The qualifiers.
Right.
It was funny though because I
Because
didn't want to do.
you know, I'm just fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
I said, "Ah, you stupid girl. You know, I'm just playing."
Yeah, yeah. I pulled one of those, which itself almost was a half joke, right? But it's kind of like, but I do say those things. I do make those sort of qualifiers. You said that earlier too. Critical parent fe, but the qualifier thing, yeah, it's like it's just not so much in like your nature as so-called fe polar. I mean, not to pathologize it or whatever it is, but it's kind of like, okay, so you catch yourself in the moment, you say, oh, just kidding. And it's also again another kind of half joke because it's relevant to the situation. And then he kind of uses, and again, I think it seems like to me you're probably also maybe trying to be consistent, or well, anyway, just at least follow up on it or something. But then he goes, "Oh, well, you're not being consistent, right? You didn't. Why didn't you explain this? Why didn't you, explain your joke before? Why didn't you say you were kidding before, et cetera, et cetera?"
He didn't ask.
It's a lot of stuff with like clarification and stuff, though. I mean, I actually get it a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, I understand. Like, I kind of, and I'm not pathologizing. I mean, personally, like, I do deal with a lot of kind
I
of.
wonder if he's ISTP.
You think he could be ISTP?
No, I'm just saying, like, I wonder because you go, FE critical parent, you know, won't let you get away with, saying something without going, I didn't mean it, right? And I can't let myself or like things go with not being TI sound. Like I get pedantic or critical with that. And then he seemed to be critical on the details, and that would be SI6.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, the finer points. Oh, that would be something else, wouldn't it? I mean, but of course, where I guess you wouldn't know the SE, but maybe he does. Maybe it is SE. You know, there is a sort of SE type fixation,
I
but
wonder if
it's
they're in heat. Just my pick.
what do you look what?
These guys are growling at each other hard.
Oh no.
They're just like, like tackling each other, like doing a shoulder check and shit.
Rascals.
Oh, you know what? That's right. I get catnip. That's makes sense.
What's that?
Get
Sorry.
catnip.
Oh, Ken. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, for some reason, I thought you said something about like functions or something.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, that's some growling.
Yeah, they're doing jujitsu.
It's martial arts, yeah. Oh, right. That
Hey,
so the chat is reminding me of like, yeah, I try to wait, hold on. I forget again. Somersault.
you gotta dig deep in the chat.
For real. Fly guys. Fly Guy says, "Don't be obsessed with being appropriate all the time."
Hey,
Yeah, I am weird.
hit the water bottle.
I'm weird like that because I have a tendency to have some kind of strange, almost concurrent Enneagram 9 and 4 thing going on, where it's like I want to be unique, but I also really want to make sure that I am on the that I'm uh there's
Sound,
no, what'd you say?
sounds like a four. You want to be, you want to,
Yeah,
be
but it
like,
is.
and like present myself.
Yeah, but it is also like nine at that. But like I was gonna say, it's back and forth. It's back and forth with me though, because like I also want to be. I don't know how else to say it, but maybe liked. I don't think about it so much as being liked, but more so like on good terms with people, like as much as I can be. So it's like
Oh,
a strange
you gotta figure out specifics of that. And what is that? What would satiate that desire?
Wait, can you ask that again? It was, of course, breaking up a little
Said
bit.
what would satiate that desire? What is it that that would be in particular? Like, what would make that happen? If someone were to be like, thank you, they'd be like, yeah, well, fuck you.
that's that's interesting. Like
You know,
the motivation, like you're asking.
what kind of thing would make that desire that you just stated be satisfied? Because there's many ways to go about achieving that.
Oh yeah,
To be
well,
liked or be desired or something.
yeah, it's more but it is more like trying to be like to be like so the more nine like it's kind of like agreeable. It's kind of like, but it's all I said it to Jonathan, and it's a little bit embarrassing in a way, but I kind of like the idea of being like a people's champ kind of person or something, like where it's just kind of like,
Like a paladin,
want what?
like a paladin.
I'm sorry, one last time it was like a what?
A hero of some sort.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, but well, everyone, I guess everyone wants that, but of course, everyone wants to be a hero, but it's like, but
I'm a villain, remember?
that's true, but it's well, hold on. Let me check out what Fly Guy's saying here. Like, no, yeah, but you're right. I don't know. I would think I tend to think something like the arts or something, where I could like put good values, like the stuff that I and like morals and stuff like that, and or like appealing or like stuff that speaks to some I could only be so lucky, right, as to like tap into something of a bigger nature. I don't want to say mass. I kind of want to say mass consciousness, but it's like not in any like nefarious way though. It's more like a but trying to balance that, I think through some kind of like artistic thing. But I don't know. I don't really know how to do it just yet, because it seems like a lot of stuff is co-opted, and I don't know. I don't.
Are you an 8 fly guy? That's the opposite of 4.
Fly Guy just goes, fours are gay, CJ. Sorry to inform you. I mean,
I know, and that's any versus NI right there.
you think so? I mean, he is. Yeah. I mean, for. I mean that this is what people told me when I was in the talking with famous people like chat a few years back. Like when I was on the whereby and
Mm.
stuff. Like everyone like overwhelmingly told me that I was a 9. And I remember quite frank dream, but I could sort of feel like like a miniature ego death or something from like no, you're like super agreeable and like not whatever. I didn't put so much stock in some idea of being I mean, people would basically tell me, right? Okay, you're not like overly like you're not wounded and like broken enough or something or you're not problematic enough or something like you're not
So, I mean, why does the type have quench? That's pretty
what
uh
what
solid like things.
what is the type something what
Well, to say like the nine is the one if you're broken, you're really nine.
oh no the four like it was kind of just like
Oh, the four.
yeah like
Well, fours seek happiness or like pleasure through pain. Like the pain of suffering like brings about happiness or makes room for happiness. And you can't have the good without the bad.
yeah and it's like
Fours
it
aren't broken. They can be.
I think it's something like the forcing the like I'm so the walking around being like I'm so broken and wounded like bleeding all over everyone kind of thing. I mean, it's true that like in socially I'm not like that. And indeed very nine like. So I just remember though when I started reading about the Enneagram 9 in contrast, right, to the 4, I was like, "Holy fuck. I'm fucked up." Or I don't know. I was thinking like I'm like a shell of a person. You know how that is with the 9. It's like I'm a you know, it's like I'm
The three
totally
gets like that.
yeah, like I'm passive, agreeable, like all this shit that like I didn't really think that I was. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I didn't think that I was really until now and like now ironically, right, getting me like questioning my like identity. But it was true in some sense that it was framed to be fair, the people on WFP mostly framed it as a good thing. You know, they'd be like, "Well, trust me, like you don't want to be a 4." They would say things like that, you know. They'd be like, you know, "Trust me, it's like, you know, it's it's like it's better
Unless
that way
you
or whatever."
are.
What's that?
I said, unless you are poor. Well, like I said, when they're unhealthy, but there's like yeesh traits of all the types that, when they're in unhealth.
Yeah, I think it's just
Uh,
the
4 and 9 is SI. If you want to give ETI functions archetypes for the Enneagram, because that's like the only correlation you can really make.
yeah, so this is just like I'm just catching up on the chat. Just like you have no nefarious plans. Hey, can you
So
imagine?
far, with all the people that I've tested, their function of their MBTI type is what they scored last in with the test.
That's bizarre. That
I've
that
had one person that is the INJ that's kind of debatable that got uh, 2 last.
he was an IN. He was. Did you say he was an INFJ?
Oh no, Ken Krishna Sharma Pagu, KKSP
Classic name.
in
Yes.
India. Yeah, but she didn't or got 2 last, and she identifies as INFJ, and that's a social so kind of broke that in this. There's sort of exception made for it, but still an impact.
Sorry, it's a little robotic. It's still a little bit what?
Oh, it was just an interesting kinds of things so far. 6 is FI, got last, 1 TE, who got that last.
Oh yeah, that is pretty interesting. One got TE
You were
last.
born in M type, it's you, a part of you. Like through genetics a lot too. It's shaped by nurture, but you have an inherent nurture. especially the initial aspects. You got more than one tri-type as well. You can have 2, 4, 6, or even up to 8 tri-types. That's the full-on like getting into the tri-type shit. And I got on one of Catherine's Q&A things, whatever that she was doing with her son, and I waited in queue, whatever, and went up to ask the question just to clarify that point because I heard it in passing, and I wanted to make sure that this is a thing from her. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought it up," and I was like, "Yes." And then she's like, "What are your numbers? Let me write them down." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I think I'm this because this." It was something I already knew. I just wanted that verification. I went to Alex T from Eric's channel was there too. Or Alec, whatever.
That's pretty cool. The 8 tri-types thing, though.
Why Fly Guy is for snake oil?
Not a fan. Not a Favre fan.
Fine.
No, I'm just Fly Guy. Fly Guy. Not a fan of Favre. There, not a Favre fan. 4 is low tier. 9 is top tier. Yeah. I get what you're saying, Fly Guy. It's weird, by the way, just as a side note, Fly Guy just mentioned, 9 or 2. I mean, I remember being told, I don't think I'm a 2, but I do have,
okay, big guy.
2-ish. I get what you mean. I've heard it from, at least 2 people, funny enough, but it was a chick that thought that she was like, oh, I thought I was a 9, a 4, and now I'm a 2, and whatever. I mean, but I don't have.
Are you ESP? Sorry for interrupting.
No, go ahead.
What Fly Guys type MBTI?
That's the list of them. I don't know.
I was trying to I was confused. ESFP. It's not, if it's just the 8 thing. But curious of, where it's just superstition or it's bullshit or, it's a remake of an old thing with a new look kind of shit for the point of view on Catherine's type shit. But yeah, just you go for it.
Oh, me? No, I'm set. I didn't have any. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just looking at the chat here. Well, I was actually gonna say. Thank you for reminding me. I was gonna say 8 tri-types does sound a little ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, but there's reasons for what's and then you get all out. It makes sense to the blanks of the what is this go from here? How does it get there? Where's the in between? It doesn't just over there, just completely into another personality.
It was sorry, it was a little choppy, but I think I got your mate. I think you got the gist of it. But what were you gonna say?
And 9, 6, and 3 triangle. You used to 3 triangles. It was 1, 7, 4, and then 8, 5, 2 were the other, equal triangles. But where it kind of looks like MF Doom has now, the Enneagram of progress, which is one that has the integration lines. That's more nuanced, and that's the one that started advancing the thing compared to having the 3 centers be separate like that. And once it eventually evolved, I guess you can say, it was done through people around the world just figuring shit out and then coming together and sharing their information. That's not how it works, Fly Guy. I'm not going to force you to listen to it. If you want me to explain it, I can, but It's all good.
It is what it is.
No, that's not what happened.
Her and that other guy. Was it her husband or something?
That any progression current, MF Jim Mask looking one came in a row. Doing all the ceremonies in Brazil is use Enneagram as a preliminary thing before people go on their trip. The idea of what it was that they helped or what direction, to guide them to start the trip.
Amazing.
I mean, it's pretty, you do things and hope for the best. It's nice to get a direct thing. She didn't take his system and monetize it. He had Trifix and she had Tri-Type, and they came up with those concepts independent of each other. But she also worked with Kurt Chef, whatever that guy too. And then there's David Daniels. He lives just north of me in Palo Alto, but he died. And he's one of the leading authors that was in that Advancing Ego Development published paper that I shared last night. That's how I come to find out about that is was stumbling on his website. That was a thing commemorating that he died, and then saying, "Hey, finally validated." It was after his death. But hey, at least it got validated finally.
Of course. Always seems to be the case. Oh, no, you're dead.
I can say there's empirical evidence that you become, a better person by learning Enneagram. Myself, that guy, or my office.
Dolores Umbridge. What? Oh, it's that woman from Harry Potter. Yeah.
Eat an apple to give you fiber. Eat too many of them and you get this. Live on an apple orchard. That's the, motto. Or words of wisdom. Well, that's why I'm curious about your hours. To fly like the ESFP through the wind.
Learn a roll. Like learn a roll.
You got time?
Stop,
drop, and roll. Stop, up.
Yeah, drop and roll. Talking about rolling weed up in the papers, smoke it up, kush with puff Pez. Talking about, Brody.
Bring them up, bring them down, right high. If your mind blown, what about a blown mind? Is it fuse?
Blown equals mind.
For old Boba Fett, that'll fuck your brains out, not fuck your mind.
Wow. You roll? Me too. Sigs too.
I drove.
You what?
Dribble.
Up and down the court.
No, just on the bench.
True. Sidelined. They always put the best players on the bench. Coach, put me in.
Once I'm done smoking in the boys' room, I'll be ready to play.
Just give me like 10 minutes.
It'd be
Cigarette.
funny if there was like,
Cigarette.
oh yeah, spaghetti.
That's true too. Yeah, spaghetti. Yeah, Dominic. It's pretty good.
You have some internet Wi-Fi bongs, your other connected bong with spooky relativity and whatever. Start taking a rip and your bong starts lighting up. You'd be like, oh, you gotta take a rip. And you trade places.
With the bong?
Yeah, fucking psychedelic warp hole.
And you just become the bong?
You don't become the bong, trade position in the plant, Like if Eric had a bong, my house, I go to his house.
Like teleporting?
Sure.
Weed teleportation device? That would be interesting.
I think it's just Californication. Oh yeah, you got a thing against rollies? You're an anti-roller? Wrong with the anti-mob? I'll roll that shit with one hand.
Mad skills. Mad skills to pay the bills. Yo. Went out of my pack.
And why'd you leave him hanging? You should have at least paid for a ride home. You need to run out on it.
My man. Next best thing. Well, I mean, if it's good tobacco, it's probably fine.
As long as it's wacky.
As long as it's wacky tobacco. Get you jumping up and down, smoking Sherm sticks. Put a little PCP on there.
Like Sherman Williams sticks?
Yeah, put some paint on there too. Fuck yeah. No, that's what they call the
Make sure you thin it.
Paint thinner. Yeah, that's my jam.
Jam.
That's my jam.
I like the jelly.
Yeah, that's like my bread and butter, dude.
Okay, yeah.
I
Put that in your toaster and smoke.
Smoke some bourbon, same weed. Could get pre-rolls of both easily. That's cool. That's artisanally crafted, hand rolled, fine cigarettes and weed.
One thing I did miss yesterday is a chong was there, and it's at the local dispensaries, and meet everybody that went there to do whatever, like, and post something by him, and then got to checking out his product.
Who was this? What?
Tommy Chong.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he was at like a.
Yeah, he was at the dispensaries, and there was two of them.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yesterday, but I don't got money just to throw at that.
That's pretty fucking cool. It's kind of a legend.
I thought that Flyboy, but the very first time a tin can of American Spirit tobacco. I rolled like the diameter of my pinky a rollie of that stuff, and then proceeded to try to smoke it, and I just turned green like I was Pokey Pig in Looney Tunes. And then I was like coughing my brains out, and some lady pulled up, and a lady, and she like put it in park, looked at me, did a shaking my head SMH kind of gesture, and then threw it in reverse and took off. And I was like, oh well.
Why so serious? That's what I would have said to
It was a doobie for her. Like big. But hey, I smoked her.
just because it was so big. It was just such a big doink, fat doink.
Yeah, doing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we smoke big doink over here.
Big doinks over here. Kid.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to
Just
that.
in the cornfield. Pieces, bowl of gravy.
What?
I said, bowl of gravy.
Amazing.
Well, Bob, I like the incorporation of the local native drums.
It's nice, a bit genty for me, but cool. Too much gent. Not a fan of the gent.
Watch your toe walking around.
I'm around here
You're in
talking.
Georgia.
Yeah. Bloody wood. Baki Basad. Expect a riot.
The Adam's challenge after they got chastised from the garden, and she comes up to him and goes, "Oh, look, the McRib is back." Like,
Wow.
stop calling me that.
That's terrible. Oh, Peter, you're so terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're terrible.
Sound like the turtle from Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like Rocco's Modern Life. It's kind of underrated.
Well, it is because there's like the Earth Day episode, like makes planet green, and there's an episode where you go on jobs trying to get a job. One of them is you become a phone sex operator, and then one of the clones that makes it run off the job is Mrs. Toad. And that was a kid's show. It's like, wow.
I know, right? That is one. I remember seeing something about that and being like, "Oh shit, that's weird." I didn't see the
I
episode.
wonder I knew that number. 86739. It started with 1900.
Oh, really? That was like a. It was like
No. That was just me. I had the song as just the number that came to my head, but those pay to talk to people things were usually 1900 numbers.
Yeah. 1900.
Yep. Yeah. Fuck that, Lalia. That's what I say. What's this band? Fuck that.
Fuck
Good one,
that.
Bubba. FARIDKOT. Fuck that.
So Kendrick Lamar says it in that one song, ADHD. He's like, 8 doobies to the face. Fuck that. 12 bottles in the. I don't know why he speaks like he's Indian in it, though. He's not Indian. In fact, this is weird, too, because this song is like, looks kind of Indian. What's going on here? What's going on here? I'm skeptical.
You watching my shit?
For these foreigners. Something, whatever this is. YouTube. Layla. Well, I shouldn't. I'm not going to play it out loud, but.
Because it's like a fastball that the Indian version of Sheila. You can probably overlap this song that song I just mentioned and have it fit.
Make a mashup.
Chorus is good. Right, actually, this kind of sound.
Oh shit! It is. It's the Indian Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Careful on that copyright.
I'll play 2 seconds of it. Layla. It's kind of pretty. Oh my god, I'm in love with Layla. What the heck? Oh man, there's a whole story here. It's like a beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm in love with Layla. So sue me. I'm in love with Layla. What are you gonna do about it? Look at this beauty.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about it.
Oh yeah, that's good. Russian type. I don't. What was that? Old Russian man.
I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Acknowledged.
What am I about to see here? This bloody wood. I'm scared. I'm scared of it already. Oh shit!
But the drum, they incorporate Indian drum.
Ooh, that bass though, or whatever that is.
It's like the quick frame.
There's kind of a crazy sound happening there, though. Wait. Like, what the fuck?
The chorus, with the drums.
No, it's just that guitar tone is like fierce. I wasn't sure if there was like synth. There's synth going on here, though.
They're political, like Slipknot, or not Slipknot, like System of a Down is political.
Yeah, it is like that. I can see that. System of a Down has some good stuff. I never got like super into them, but they're very unique.
Yeah, I bought Steal This album, and my stepmom was just saying, "You just like this song because it says fuck the system all the time, over and over. Just like that, it says fuck."
Right. It's like, well, she didn't lie.
I can't help that. I think that.
Yeah, she didn't lie, right? No joke.
No, well, she gave her honest opinion, and I'd be like, well, if I said it first, I don't know. Yeah.
There might be some validity to it,
If I said it after the fact, then you say, it's some suspicious.
Here we go. And a bunch of lights and stuff to this playlist. Fucking. I think there's one System of a Down song, can't recall, but I mean their big one is Chop Suey.
Yeah, mainstream one.
That's the lamestream one. But Shimmy, like Vicinity of Obscenity, and what is that? Oh yeah, like I think it's called Aerial. Yeah, a bunch of
Aerial, Toxicity, and Chop Suey were the same album.
Toxicity, yeah. Toxicity is the big one, I think. Like it's probably their biggest album.
I've done karaoke twice. I did "Fly Me to the Moon" once, and one time I did aerials.
Fuck yeah. That's taste right
And
there.
and the
Like,
person that was like, come on, just go do it. And I was like, fine. They were actually upstairs and missed the whole thing.
it's kind of dope. Isn't Ariel kind of Ariel kind of a it's kind of like a pretty song from them, or at least epic, or it's kind of I mean, I guess what do they do that isn't epic, but I need to like hear it again.
It's kind of a belted out kind of song instead of a growl.
Yeah, like it's just something ballad, almost ballad like or something about it. I just want to make sure I have it right.
It's not cello and violin at the beginning.
It what?
Got cello violin at the beginning. It's mellow. It's got a mellow verse, crescendo in the chorus.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah, like something just yeah. The video is crazy too. They had crazy videos.
The kid.
Yeah. No, yeah, this just has like that it's just a sincere type of vibe. I mean, they can be kind of like funny. I mean, even the video is like funny, but this song is kind of like more I don't know. Not ballad like, but something like that. Just grandiose. I don't know. Sincere, grandiose, and sincere. Oh, shimmy, 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 don't bring it down, yeah. Oh, that other song. I was like, my cock is much bigger than yours. To the floor. For feeling so pure, I'm just gonna walk right through the door. Cigaro. Ooh,
Cigariglio.
yeah. Man, they have some crazy stuff. They have some stuff that slaps pretty hard. Don't break out down, yeah. The chat is kind of dead.
Dead. Trying to find a philosopher. Then
What are you trying to find?
JP, some philosopher. I guess discussion. I was having a brainstorm and I was struck.
I had a brainstorm and I was struck and I was what?
Struck by an enlightenment.
Yeah. But
Yeah, as a little dad jokey, when you come to the line, you see like this corned beef or buffalo, but the water buffalo.
I think I've heard that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people ask, go, no, is it good? I go, it's just water.
Water buffalo. What is that? Yeah.
Go through the motions, license. Check your ID. This is your sister. You're prettier than this. And then the person they're with is someone you go to school with. You're like,
Pull the old switcheroo. What? Like what?
I say, I don't know who the hell you are, but I know I have geometry with you third period, but I do know your mom. Not one.
Yo mama. Just get him with a yo mama joke. It does it every time. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's slow. Getting slow right now. Let's see. Is the stream still going? Okay, it's gone.
Or you can shoot yourself. You can say, uh, you got your dick small. It's like Tic Tac. You'd be like, that's why your mom's breast so fresh. It's yeah, sure.
Fuck
Made a
yes,
comeback, but at what cost? You've admitted to Tic Tac.
dude. Fuck yeah, that's it. Amazing. Phil Renaud.
There you go. Three groups now. Swami Banana and David Elsie, who let things for people. Let's say he makes them disappear.
Wait, can you repeat that?
So, we'll just say make disappear. There's things you can't talk about from the family. He used to clean up things. He don't do that no more. Just turned over a new leaf. He's doing a program. He watches witnesses.
She watches the witnesses. Yeah.
It's got JP Sears, that guy that works out and does all those little comedy bits. The Iron Free guy.
JP Sears. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy. Yeah, he seems kind of funny.
It's just comedy, but serious at the same time.
Yeah, so good. JP Sears.
The guy at the very end talks like Christopher Walken. And JP is really assertive. He's like, yeah, I had sex with your sister. And he's like, JP, that brings feelings, And look, when you say this thing about fuck my sister, it makes me want to go over there and do things for you. But I don't do those things no more.
Yeah. I don't do those things no more.
But if I did, I'd be there.
I'm opening too many tabs here.
Save it like a thing. It's worth a good laugh.
Yeah, well, I need to actually check out more of that guy's stuff. I get recommended him like all the time. The algorithm thinks I will like him.
He's got hit or miss.
Yeah.
I like his thing on I'll Be Your Shaman, just because I mess around with alchemy. Mess with Dimitri.
Alchemy and Dimitri.
Through alchemy, I'm a Carl Jung of experimenting with like that drawing I showed you, the third eye.
I don't think you showed me that.
I was trying to, when Eric was talking about that, I was going to, as they say, hook him up kind of thing. But, you got a hold of someone else, so, they beat me to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, Lou, who does Algo think you'd like? This guy, JP Sears, like he's like a comedian.
Yeah, he's a stand-up, I guess. I haven't really seen any of his stand-up.
He's more of a, yeah, I mean, he's like a YouTube personality type. He satirizes, like, I guess I literally was just on his Wikipedia, so I just, sound like I'm regurgitating. I'm basically just saying what it says, but it's like he basically satirizes, like, kind of leftist type stuff, but also like wellness culture stuff.
find intentional satire. And there's if you were to hire me from Biggs, I'd probably be just like in this video.
If you were gonna what?
I would be, putting myself in the ad and like this, come hire me, or, let me run your big bar mitzvah, where it'd be, I'll be your shaman, your accountability buddy for your trip.
Oh, I
Just a
see.
little 5-minute
You
bit
can make a
about that.
service. Yeah, you can make a service out of that.
I do house calls, and they legalized endotheogens in Santa Cruz.
Dr. Dentici. I mean, yeah. Wait,
PDDT,
that's right.
PDDMTDDS.
Yeah, well,
That'd be cool if I was a PDDD-MDMA. That's a lot of work just to make a joke.
yeah. Are you a psychonaut?
But
Are you an explorer of the?
you haven't seen my Facebook, have you?
No.
No, I don't go on it either.
Facebook.com. Do I dare type Facebook.com
I'm
into my?
if I'm going out search for axiomatic tangent experience with the universe.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm a asymptotic going out searching for an axiomatic tangent experience with the universe.
Huh.
I'm kind of on news, like lifetime rule runs. I'm like getting like McGuire, Sosa. I think I've gotten more trips outfield than they have home runs. But you gotta learn.